What is up, everyone? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showcasing some more 3DS Generation 6 battles today. I've got 9 of them to showcase from a tournament we did. So I actually we did a tournament in a Discord server I was in. We followed the VGC 15 rule set, so it was basically double battle flat rules in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Very, very fun tournament that we did, and I saved all the battles, of course, and I'm going to go ahead and showcase them now. So this was the first battle I participated in. This was against Jhonny, and by the way, my team information is going to be in the description, so y'all can go check that out. I will be going through some of my sets throughout the battle. So turn 1, going to go for Mega Charizard Y. This is max special attack, max speed with very cool set. It was a 3 attack set with Protect, Heat Wave, Hidden Power, Ground, and Solar Beam. And then we have the Aegislash here. Going for the King Shield turn 1. Talonflame going for Brave Bird with the Gale Wings priority. Charizard going to go for Solar Beam against the Garchomp, going to do a sizable amount of damage. Garchomp going to go for Earthquake, not going to hit anything because Aegislash used King Shield. Now we're going to switch out to my Landorus. This is my Therian Landorus. It's a Choice Scarf set with Earthquake, Superpower, U-Turn, and Rock Slide. Max attack, max speed, Adamant Nature, and the Charizard is actually Modest Nature. And yeah, so because of the Intimidate, Gale Wings Talonflame is not going to do too much more damage. It's going to do some. We're going to go for the Solar Beam now. That's going to take the Garchomp out. And that is going to be a little detrimental. Wobbuffet actually comes out, can be very dangerous Pokemon. Talonflame switches, going into Absol now. Landorus being Choice Scarf, it is faster, so it's going to do some Rock Slide damage. Then Charizard actually gets Heat Wave off with the Drought boost from Mega Evolution. Heat Wave guarantees is going to KO the Wobbuffet and the Absol. And then yeah, Solar Beam is also used on Garchomp because Solar Beam goes off in 1 turn in the sunlight. Talonflame going to go for the Brave Bird. With no Intimidate on it, it actually does KO Charizard. However, Landorus, not going to let that fly. Rock Slide is going to KO there. So that is the first battle that I did. Here's the second battle against Jhonny. These were best of 3 as well, those of you not aware. Garchomp and Talonflame leads again. Versus, I changed up the leads this time, went for Charizard and Landorus. Going to get a little bit of damage here. Actually withdrew the Talonflame, sent out a Sceptile, which we did not see in the last battle. Charizard once again going to go for a Mega Evolution. Mega Charizard Y is better than Mega Charizard X. I will die on that hill. So, Drought going to activate. We are going to see Protect from Garchomp for a little bit of scouting. Landorus goes for the Rock Slide. Sceptile is going to get hit. Garchomp, of course, will not. Does a solid amount of damage to Sceptile. Solar Beam from Charizard, not going to hit the Garchomp. Always found it interesting that it still does that animation, even if it's going to hit Protect the same turn. But I guess that's just a hard code in the game. Landorus once again going for Rock Slide. It is Choice Scarf, so I cannot change the move. Does a little bit of chip damage to Garchomp, and Sceptile dodges. Charizard goes for Heat Wave. This time Garchomp dodges. but Sceptile does not. Mega Sceptile goes down, and Garchomp got the flinch from Rock Slide. Talonflame now comes back in. Gale Wings priority. Brave Bird once again. Going to do about 60 HP of damage, roughly. Landorus goes for the Rock Slide again. Going to take out Talonflame and do some damage to Garchomp, with a critical hit doing a little bit more damage, but still not a lot of damage in general. Charizard going for the Solar Beam here. And that is going to do a lot of damage. Not going to quite KO the Garchomp. Garchomp going to go for Dragon Claw here. Not going to KO Charizard either. Now we have the Gardevoir coming in. Landorus once again going to go for Rock Slide. From that HP it should KO the Garchomp, and it does. And Gardevoir is going to take a little bit under half HP of damage. However, Heat Wave is going to finish the battle because Sun boosted Heat Wave from a Mega Charizard Y. Modest nature, max special attack, not going to be easy to live. And then now we have our next battle. This is against Lewis. And this was the next person I battled in the tournament. So they lead with a Milotic and Salamence. I lead with a Gyarados and Togekiss. So Salamence going to get some Intimidate off. Gyarados also has Intimidate. However, when Gyarados uses Intimidate, unfortunately, Milotic has Competitive. So going to get a 2 stages of special attack boost. This Gyarados is a Mega Gyarados with Dragon Dance, Protect, Waterfall, Earthquake, max attack, and basically max speed, a little bit less than max speed, so I could put a little bit of HP EVs in. It is Jolly Nature. So you can see Salamence on here going for the Tailwind. Gyarados goes for the Earthquake. Unfortunately, because of all the flying types on the field, Milotic doesn't take a lot of damage from that. Also, Milotic can be bulky. Togekiss is also going for its own form of speed control with Tailwind. Milotic going for the Icy Wind. Not going to do a ton of damage to Gyarados because of the Mega Evolution. It is now not very effective instead of being neutral. And Togekiss is actually going to take some damage because Togekiss is not as bulky. Salamence going for the Draco Meteor. Not going to quite KO Gyarados because Gyarados' special defense is quite high, relatively speaking. We see the Life Orb. Milotic Icy Wind again. Also, not going to KO Gyarados. Going to knock Togekiss below half HP. The Togekiss is got Follow Me, Air Slash, Tailwind, and Protect. With a Citrus Berry, it has max HP, and then its EVs are kind of distributed among the other 4 stats: Defense, Special Attack, Special Defense, and Speed. Check the set in the description if you want to know specifically. So, going for the Air Slash against the Milotic. Salamence going for the Hydro Pump. I actually did not know that Salamence could learn that move, but it can apparently. Milotic once again going for the Icy Wind. Gyarados does get KO'd finally, and Togekiss is going to be quite low on HP. Gyarados finally going down. Togekiss Air Slash, going to do a little bit of damage to Milotic. So now I send in Landorus as the Choice Scarf Landorus from the last battle. Milotic's competitive again is going to be very brutal because of Intimidate. Going for Rock Slide. Unfortunately, the one I wanted to hit, Salamence, actually dodges it. Milotic, however, does take the hit. Salamence goes for the Hydro Pump on Landorus. Doesn't actually KO. Does a little bit over half HP. Milotic goes for the Icy Wind, though. That will almost certainly KO Landorus. And, of course, it's going to KO Togekiss from being so low on HP. Tailwind is completely gone on both sides now. Mega Charizard Y, except it's not Mega Evolved, is the only thing left. Milotic actually going for the Protect. Salamence going for the Tailwind. I decided my best choice was to just go for Heat Wave and just go all out on damage. Unfortunately, Heat Wave is not very effective against either of these Pokemon, so it is not going to do much. Salamance's Hydro Pump, once again, does about 3/4 HP there. The Life Orb boost is there, and Milotic reveals the Scald, and is going to KO Charizard. So, that is the end of that battle. Unfortunately, it was a loss. However, we actually only saw Salamence and Milotic. We didn't even see Conkeldurr or Venusaur. A little bit of a team switch up, though. I am back against Lewis. Milotic and Salamence once again as the leads. I swapped it up a little bit this time, led Togekiss and Terrakion. Terrakion is... the Terrakion set is a pretty standard set. It's Close Combat, Rock Slide, Protect, and Quick Guard. Max Attack, Max Speed, Jolly Nature with a Lum Berry. So Salamence actually switches out in favor of Venusaur. Terrakion Rock Slide does go up on Milotic. Milotic also takes an Air Slash, and of course is gonna be flinched. Togekiss's ability is Serene Grace, in case you might have guessed. Venusaur actually goes for the Mega Evolution here. Milotic going to Protect there. Togekiss goes for the Follow Me. Very cool move. I went for Rock Slide once again. Mega Venusaur going to take some damage. Did not get the flinch. Sludge Bomb. Pretty sure that was already targeting the Togekiss slot anyway. And we're going to take the Citrus Berry and Venusaur now going for the Protect. Terrakion going for Close Combat on Milotic. A little bit of a read there. Did not actually do the KO though, because Milotic's defense can be very good. Air Slash, unfortunately, into the Protect. Milotic's Icy Wind going to hit both Pokemon, going to lower the speed of both. So that's there. Terrakion once again going for the Rock Slide, going to KO Milotic. Venusaur going to take some damage. Venusaur goes for the Sludge Bomb on Togekiss. That is going to be a KO. Don't think there were any surprises there. So Charizard comes out now with Venusaur, and Lewis sends Salamence back out. Another Intimidate round there. So Terrakion is now at -2. Keep that in mind. In fact, I think if Terrakion was not at -1, it would have actually KO'd with Close Combat on Milotic. Charizard goes for the Mega Evolution, going to get the Drought set up. Salamence is going to set up Tailwind. I opted to not run Tailwind on my Charizard. So I went for Heat Wave. Salamence dodged it because, of course, it did. Venusaur actually did live because I believe Mega Venusaur's ability is Thick Fat. Rock Slide, however, is going to KO the Mega Venusaur, and is going to do a sizable amount of damage to Salamence, despite being at -2. The last Pokemon out is Conkeldurr. Salamence is going for the Draco Meteor on Charizard, and you would think that would KO, but I happened to live that. So Life Orb damage going for the Heat Wave on Conkeldurr, and Salamence did a lot of damage. And Rock Slide on Salamence is going to KO it. Yeah, I did not think Charizard could live a Draco Meteor from Salamence. I know Salamence's special attack isn't as great, but still. Conkeldurr actually does go for the Drain Punch, going to heal up a lot of HP and going to KO Terrakion. However, I still have a Pokemon in the back. It is Landorus. There are no Pokemon that Lewis can swap into at this point. So Conkeldurr actually is going for the Mach Punch to KO Charizard there. Landorus, however, going to go for the Earthquake. It is Choice Scarfed, as I said before. So 2 Earthquakes is going to be enough to get a win force a game 3 because, of course, in VGC it's best of 3. So there is the third battle. I believe this was the only person who I was able to get, like, who I was able to force a third battle with. So Aegislash Conkeldurr leads for Lewis, Terrakion and Togekiss leads on my side. Terrakion going for the Protect. Aegislash on the opposing side goes for the King's Shield. Togekiss is going to go set up the Tailwind, and yeah, so we're going to get a little bit of speed control. Conkeldurr going for the Drain Punch into the Protect. Pretty crucial turn for me, just because of the Tailwind. Terrakion swapping out, going for the Charizard. Aegislash revealing it is a Wide Guard variant, similar to mine. I did not actually go over my Aegislash set yet. I will go over that now. My Aegislash is King Shield, Shadow Sneak, Shadow Ball, and Flash Cannon with Weakness Policy. Max Health and Max Special Attack with the Quiet Nature. And very low IV and speed as well, if I recall. So I did not opt for Wide Guard on mine. I opted for the Shadow Sneak priority. So opposing Aegislash goes for Wide Guard. This is actually 100% the reason why I ran Hidden Power on my Charizard. I had Hidden Power Ground. That is going to hit the Weakness Policy on the opposing Aegislash. Togekiss is going to hit an Air Slash on the Conkeldurr. Not going to do too bad. Then Conkeldurr reveals it has Ice Punch on Charizard. Conkeldurr is going to swap out for Milotic. Don't think there's any surprise there. Aegislash actually goes for King Shield, but for some reason, actually missed both Pokemon with Heat Wave there. And then Air Slash from the Togekiss into Milotic. Togekiss now going for the Protect. Aegislash going for Wide Guard, because yeah, I'm pretty sure you can use Wide Guard multiple times in a row. I'm not 100% sure, but if you try to use King Shield after Wide Guard, it can fail. So Charizard going for the Solar Beam, going to KO Milotic there. Did a quite well there. Now Venusaur is going to come out. Sludge Bomb. Going to go into the Charizard. Going to KO it there. Togekiss going for Air Slash into Venusaur. Going to do about half HP. Aegislash now also going to go for an attack. Going into Stance Change. Going for the Shadow Ball. Because yeah, pretty much every Aegislash is going to run similar sets with Flash Cannon, Shadow Ball, and King Shield. Citrus Berry does get procced there, but Shadow Ball does a lot of damage. And now the Landorus comes out, going to get an Intimidate off. Aegislash goes for a Stance Change. Obviously, that means it is going for King Shield. I am going to go ahead and use Earthquake there. Not going to hit Togekiss because it's Flying type. Did some damage to Venusaur, it just barely lived. Venusaur going for the Sludge Bomb on Togekiss, going to be a KO there. The Sunlight is gone now. And now it is Landorus and Terrakion left on my side. Venusaur is going to finally Mega Evolve right at the end there. And yeah. So I am going to now go for the Protect on Terrakion. Now you gotta remember, I am Choice Scarfed. So I actually am kind of walled at this point. Wide Guard is going to affect Earthquake. And I can only Protect for so long. Venusaur going for Protect. Aegislash going for the Wide Guard. I went for Earthquake. Unfortunately, I kind of had to basically attack Terrakion unless I wanted to try for Earthquake. Earthquake on my own Terrakion is going to KO there because, yeah, Choice Scarf kind of just walls, and at that point there was really no way to win, so I just went ahead and forfeited just to save some time. So next up is going to be against Sunny. That's going to be the next person I battled. Sunny is issuing a challenge. Charizard and Togekiss versus these nicknames. That is Weavile and Vivian. Mega Charizard Y going for the Mega Evolution there. Going to get the Drought off as well. The Weavile is going for the Protect. I swear, these nicknames are throwing me off right now. Vivian going for the Sleep Powder on Charizard. I mean, who's surprised? I'm not. Togekiss is going to... well, Charizard is not going to be doing much of anything. Togekiss, however, is going to get the Tailwind off. So Charizard is still fast asleep, unfortunately. Togekiss is going to go for the Air Slash now on Vivian. Going to knock it all the way down to its Focus Sash. Weavile going for the Icicle Crash on Togekiss. That is going to do a sizable amount of damage, almost a KO there. With the Life Orb reveal on Weavile. And Vivian, unfortunately, flinches. Togekiss now is going to Protect. And then the Vivian is going for Rage Powder, which is basically a variant of Follow Me. Unfortunately, Charizard is still going to be asleep, and Weavile attacks into Protect. So nothing really happened that turn. Go for the Double Protect. Actually got it off. Vivian with the Rage Powder. Again, Charizard woke up, going for the Heat Wave. Spread moves will, of course, still hit both Pokemon, so Weavile and Vivian both are going to get KO'd there. And all seems up, but it's a battle. So Tailwind is going to head out. So now we have Blaziken and Jellicrap, the Jellicent. Blaziken is going to Mega Evolve there. Don't think there was any surprises of that. Charizard is going to go for the Solar Beam here. Going to go ahead and hit into the Jellicent slot. Going to do almost a KO there. Blaziken going for the Rock Slide. Going to miss Mega Charizard. Going to, however, KO Togekiss with a critical hit right there. Not that it really mattered. And Jellicent going for the Scald. Now keep in mind, Drought does lessen the damage of Water-type moves when the Sunlight is active, so that Scald didn't do as much damage as it could have. Jellicent going to get Leftovers, and of course Mega Blaziken going to Speed Boost. I am now sending in my Terrakion. Blaziken going for the Superpower on Terrakion. That is an instantaneous one-hit KO. Superpower is a very strong attack. Charizard is going to now go for the Hidden Power, actually, on the Blaziken. It's Hidden Power Ground, as I mentioned before. Jellicent going to get a Recover off, however. You might be wondering why I didn't go for Solar Beam. The answer is simple. No sunlight means Solar Beam is very dangerous. So, Blaziken now going to get the Speed Boost again. Blaziken now going to go for a Protect. Aegislash gets sent in. Aegislash going to go for King Shield here. And Charizard is going for Hidden Power into the Blaziken Protect. And Will-O-Wisp, so this is a fun little quirk about King Shield. It only blocks against damaging moves. Status moves are not blocked by King Shield, so Will-O-Wisp and other status moves do hit. So Aegislash unfortunately does get the burn there. That's like the one time you would maybe want to run Protect, but King Shield is just so much better. So now Blaziken going for the Rock Slide. That is going to, without question, KO Mega Charizard right there. Jellicent is going to go for the Hex on Aegislash. Now, thankfully, we're in shield form, so I actually barely lived that. Got a weakness policy proc, however, it really won't matter in the end. Going to go for the Blade form. Going for the Shadow Ball on Jellicent. It does KO. And yeah. Burn damage going to bring us down to the 4 HP. Blaziken going to get the speed boost. Unfortunately, Blaziken is going to protect because it can do that. I basically just kind of threw because there was really nothing I could do. King Shield not going to really help in the end. And yeah. That was a loss regardless. Even if I had done the right thing and used Shadow Sneak, it was pretty much never going to work out. So, not a horrible battle though. So now I am going to show the next battle. So Sunny is issuing a challenge again. Gyarados and Togekiss are the leads this time, with Sylveon and Salamence leads on the other side, so pretty much everything changed between battles. Intimidate off on both sides, of course. Not really going to matter for Sylveon. Gyarados going to go for the Protect. Now, keep in mind, this is a Mega, but I don't have to Mega Evolve the first Pokemon I send out that can. Salamence is going to go for the Tailwind, but guess what? So is Togekiss. So, it's going to do a sizable amount of damage. And then Sylveon going for the Hyper Voice, going to do a very sizable amount of damage to Togekiss. Very suspicious at this point that it is probably a Choice Spec set. Salamence actually going for the Protect there. Togekiss going for Follow Me. Gyarados, however, going to go for the Waterfall on the Sylveon. And Sylveon once again going for Hyper Voice, so Follow Me isn't really that helpful in that regard. Salamence now going to go for the Double Edge, going to KO Gyarados. Going to do a little bit of recoil damage. Togekiss Air Slash going to go off on Sylveon. Actually got the flinch, so Aegislash now comes in. Salamence going to Protect again. Togekiss, once again, going for Follow Me. I am just kind of hoping I can get Salamence to do something. Hyper Voice on Sylveon going to KO Togekiss in the end. And then Aegislash going for the Stance Change. Going to go for Shadow Ball into the Protect from Salamence. And now I send in my Landorus. That's going to get an Intimidate off again. Landorus is going to try and set some pressure. Aegislash going into the King Shield via the Shield form. And Rock Slide going to miss Salamence. Big surprise there. Always miss the one I want to hit. Salamence going to go for the Tailwind. Rock Slide did hit the Sylveon. However, it didn't really matter. Sylveon got the Hyper Voice off, going to do a very large amount of damage in the end. So now we have Salamence going for the Protect. Aegislash going to go for the Shadow Sneak onto Sylveon. Did get the KO there. And of course Landorus is Choice Lock, so I still have to keep Rock Slide. Weavile comes in now. Going to go for the King's Shield there once again. So it will be a little bit of a mind game there. Going for the knockoff from Weavile onto Landorus. No surprises there. Knocked off the Choice Scarf. And then Double Edge. Not going to affect Aegislash. Weavile going for the Protect. Salamence is going for the Earthquake there. Of course, being in shield form means everything is going to, the Aegislash is not going to take as much damage. So now we're going to stance change again. Flash Cannon into the Weavile Protect. And pretty much it's just a game of how long do I want to stall before I lose. Because there's not really a fun way to come back. Knockoff isn't going to hit, it's actually going to hit into the King Shield, so that's going to lower Weavile's special or physical attack by, I think it's 2 stages. Tailwind is going to reactivate. Salamence actually switches. Blaziken going to come in. Weavile still going to do a sizable amount of damage, all things considered. But, yeah. Going into the Shadow Ball from Aegislash onto the Blaziken. That will be enough to KO, however, there is pretty much no way to come back from this. I'm still down a bunch. I have Salamence against me, I have a Weavile as well. Salamence is finally going to Mega Evolve. Mega Salamence there. And we're going to go for the Shadow Sneak on Weavile. And yeah, there was no way. So, Weavile going to go for the knockoff. That is going to solidify the KO because welcome to Pokemon. So, unfortunately lost that best of 3 set. But what are you going to do sometimes? Let me get into the final person I battled. This was a battle against James. And they had some pretty cool Pokemon. We have Sticky and the Gulpin, which is a, I've heard it's a Ribbon Master, according to them in the Discord server. And then Amoonguss is going to be their other Pokemon. Versus my Charizard and my Togekiss lead. Don't think there's really too many surprises. Mega Evolution, going for the Protect on Amoonguss. Going to Heat Wave, just to get some damage. Gulpin surprisingly lives that. Tailwind is going to be my move of choice. Amoonguss did Protect, and Sticky is going to go for a Toxic. Alright, so going to do a little bit of damage there. Amoonguss is swapping out now for the Salamence here, the Mooring Rune. Very interesting name there. Gulpin going for the Protect there. Togekiss going to use Follow Me, but of course going to be ineffective. And then Charizard going for Heat Wave, going to do some damage to Salamence, and of course Gulpin is going to live with the Protect. The Salamence is going to be used on Salamence for some Mega Evolution. Interesting how like the Sunbeam kind of works because Mega Salamence's like sprite is so big. Heat Wave going to go off, hit the Gulpin. Salamence is of course going to live that. I don't think anyone expected otherwise. Togekiss going for the Air Slash though. That is going to actually not KO. Return is going to hit Togekiss now, proccing the Citrus Berry. Salamence, if I recall, that lived on a like maybe 1 HP literally. And then we have the Gliscor coming out. Going to take a Heat Wave, not going to take it that well, but it did live. Salamence does go down, and Togekiss going for the Air Slash. That is going to hit the Gliscor and, of course, KO that. Charizard is still taking the Toxic damage, and Tailwind is gone. Last Pokemon is the Amoonguss from earlier. Rage Powder. Very interesting move of choice, all things considered. Charizard going for the Heat Wave. That is going to one-hit KO Amoonguss with not surprised there. So, last battle going to be against James again. This is the 9th battle. So, we've got a Rotom Wash and the Gliscor lead again versus Charizard and Togekiss. Charizard once again going to Mega Evolve. That is going to do a little bit, but not too much in general. Charizard is going for the Solar Beam. Going to hit the Rotom Wash and actually is going to KO. So, and then of course the Gliscor going for the Ice Fang on the Togekiss, but Togekiss is still going to take that quite well, going to get the Tailwind off. Gliscor, as you might expect, was Toxic Orb, probably with Poison Heal. Amoonguss comes out. Charizard is going to go for the Heat Wave, going to KO Amoonguss without any problems, and almost KO Gliscor once again. Togekiss does get an Air Slash off, that is going to KO Gliscor. So, just like that, we're down to one Pokemon left, I believe. It's the Mawile. Going to get an Intimidate off on us, and then going to Mega Evolve with the Mawile. And yeah, so Togekiss is going for the Protect here, and then we've got the Sucker Punch from Mawile going to do a very large amount of damage. Charizard going for the Hidden Power just in case Heat Wave didn't hit. Actually only did about half there. Togekiss opting for the Follow Me, which means Mawile Sucker Punch is going to fail, and Hidden Power is going to finish the Mawile. And that is going to wrap up the battles, pretty much. So, thank you all for watching these 9 battles, if you made it all the way through. As I said, the team is going to be in the description, so if you want to go check out what I ran, you can see that, and yeah, I will see y'all for whatever I post next. See you then.